The second episode of Hawkeye definitely picks up the pace compared to the first one, and it sort of sets our expectations and more details on the world we can expect to explore, and especially how it ties to Kate Bishop and her mother. So let's talk about the twists and turns in the second episode. The second episode of Hawkeye definitely picked up the pace from the first one. The story has to get going, and we have to start learning about some of the bigger players and overarching themes and ideas that they're going to explore. And we see in this that Kate definitely has a broken relationship with her mother. We can definitely tell that Kate is not exactly who her mother wants her to be, and she doesn't want to be. Her mom expects her to just fall in line and start working at their security firm. Now, this quite obviously isn't something Kate is keen on, as she wants to be a hero. She wants to be like her idol, Clint. And speaking of Clint, we see in this, he's got to send the kids away. He's got to send them to the wife, and he's going to try to make it home for Christmas. But he's got to take care of a couple things, such as recovering the Ronin suit, which brings him to a LARP. He shows a little bit more human emotion to him. He shows a little bit more of a willingness to be able to partake in things that maybe he perceives as below him as an Avenger, or somebody that doesn't really understand what's going on, but he can appreciate why other people would take, passion in simple things in life. You definitely get the sense that Clint is going to grow to be more of a lighthearted character throughout this series that has a connection to Kate, and she's sort of going to make him a little bit more human. That's kind of how I feel about it, because so far in the 2 episodes, he definitely feels like he's trying to become a better father, but something is holding him back. And I think Kate definitely is the side that's going to show him that it's okay. You don't always have to be an Avenger that's standing guard. You can maybe take a little bit of time off and show some emotion. Now, speaking of showing emotion in Kate, well, things get really interesting in this episode, because she just straight up confronts her soon-to-be stepfather, who she suspects now, by the end, is, that he's involved with what happened with Armand. That specifically, maybe he was involved with the assassination. Now, there's also a couple other things that come, into play here that might contradict that, because if you're picking up on the clues, things don't seem to be going the way they seem to be going. Again, I don't want to get into full spoilers here on what could be coming down the road. We'll be talking about that elsewhere, but there's definitely a lot going on in this that you're kind of made to suspect certain parties. Overall, I feel that the second episode is much stronger than the first one, specifically when it comes to what they're setting up with the future that involves the tracksuit mafia.